Hello everybody. The clock is ticking very fast and we're moving right along. Module 4 is due next week, or the comments I should say on Module 4 is due next weekend. And I can give you a couple extra days to March 10th for that. I'll put that in the discussion forum. So it's due on, so I'll give you to March 10th because it is 10% of the grade. And then we're right on to the final assessment, which is Module 5. And that's due on March 15th. And we're 30% of your grade. So I wanted to give you a little quick video. Hopefully I won't talk too long. I've already talked for 50 seconds, so let's get to it. So, as you can see, the next assignment is the Leadership and Professional Learning module. So what you're going to do is design and produce a presentation tool that you can use to inspire your colleagues to be innovative in their own curriculum planning and design. So if you think about what you've done so far, and as I explained in Module 4, you've been building on your framework. You've tried this framework for innovation in your class and took a risk. Now in Module 4, you looked again in more depth at types of planning, and you're now talking about how to be more inclusive and more innovative. And then you're going to share all of this new learning with your colleagues, and not the colleagues here in the course, but your colleagues at your workplace. So whether you're in a school or higher education, or some of you are working outside of the more traditional education environment. So wherever you're working, your audience are the people that you work with. So what you want to do is plan a presentation that is more or less standalone. So when I look at it, for example, or when some of your colleagues look at it, you will not be there to add or explain. So what you really want to do is create a presentation that could be viewed on its own. So that adds a little bit of complexity to it, a bit of challenge, but I think that's very exciting. Now, ideally, it's something that you would be there and you would share this maybe in a workshop to your colleagues and highlight and talk about what you did. And ideally, if you've done this well, and most of you did, you could talk about the experience you had in Module 3, the Take a Risk assignment, and explain or describe what you did, how you incorporated new practices, for example, how it was inclusive for your students, and what experience you had of sharing that risk in your curriculum planning. So again, who is your audience? That's the people that you work with. What did you learn? And what's the best way to share your ideas? So as it notes down below, part of the grade and part of the what we'll be looking for is how have you presented this? And then you're going to do a rationale to support your presentation. So it says here 3 pages maximum. Let's make that 1,000 words maximum. That's plenty of time or space to describe what you did. And as it notes here, you're not to rationalize why you did what you did in Module 3. You've already kind of done that in the assignment for Module 3 and explained why you did what you did, and you've shared that with your colleagues. Hopefully, as we'll see shortly, in Module 3, you'll get some feedback from your colleagues on what you've done. And I haven't graded that yet, but I'm going to do that very soon. So now what you're doing is rationalizing why you presented it in the way you did, or why you highlighted what you highlighted. So you want to really share with us in the rationale, how can you inspire your colleagues? So here it says, remember, just because you find what you did inspiring doesn't mean other people will. So the content of what you did is not inspiring. I'm not sure I agree with that, but that's what it says here. How you present it to us can be inspiring. So whether, if you're presenting what you did in grade 1 to someone who teaches grade 12, what elements of your work would that grade 12 teacher find inspiring? And conversely, if you work in high school and you're trying to present to someone who works in early childhood or outside of the K to 12 altogether, what elements of your work would be motivating to them? So let's have a quick peek at the rubric. That should pop open right now. So you're going to provide a bit of information about curriculum design and planning. It's got to be organized well. What key concepts are you presenting? The audience presentation is purposefully aimed at inspiring the targeted audience. So your targeted audience, again, are your colleagues. And the rationale insightfully articulates the aim of the presentation. How is the presentation designed to inspire innovative curriculum thinking and planning in your target audience? So just to clarify the targeted audience, it depends on your context. So I referenced, if you're in grade 1 and you're speaking to a K to 12 teacher, you may not have that opportunity if you don't work in that particular context. So really think about who are you targeting. So you might target someone, I suppose, outside of your work context, but I'm challenging you to focus on the people that you work with. So enough about that. I'll put a few more comments in the announcements. Thank you very much.